Welcome back. I'm here with Miranda. We'll do the last set of demonstrations now. This is the final stage of the formula. We'll do the demonstration first, and then, as before, we'll debrief it. So, how's it going, Miranda? You having a good time?
Yeah.
You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
Very good. As with everyone else, I want to thank you very much for volunteering to be here today to go through these things. And, you've heard me say this a few times, but I'll mention it again because it's important. There's nothing really expected of you. There's nothing that I need you to do or think or say. Just notice whatever your experience is and log it, and then we can just keep a record of that, and that'll help me with a little research project we're doing, a little experiment. And in the process, you'll learn a lot about yourself too. Seem fair?
Yeah. Cool.
Do you have any questions for me yet?
No.
Excellent. So should we just dive in?
Yeah.
Well, the starting point is really easy. Just go ahead and close your eyes. And bring yourself back again. How's that? Good?
Yeah, nice.
Simple, right?
Yeah.
How did you find that happening? Did you find your mind calming down a bit and your focus internalizing, that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if we can intensify that whole process, shall we? Okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. And just focus inside. Gather all your attention. That's right. And then just notice your breathing, how it's shifting already. I wonder if paying attention to your breathing makes you feel more focused or less. And can you enjoy this sensation? That's right. I'd like you to find an area of comfort in your body or relaxation, whatever is most pleasant for you now. And turn all your attention to that. Can you feel it grow? That's it. Is it pleasant? I wonder if focusing on it further will intensify that even further. Let's find out. That's it. And whenever you're ready, just bring yourself back and we'll have a little chat. How was that?
Yeah, nice.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Nice process?
Yeah.
You seem a little surprised by some of the things that happened there. Just walk me through that. Or was it just a nice, smooth process?
Well, it was... I didn't expect it to be that relaxing.
Right.
Yeah, it was a happy feeling.
It was a happy feeling?
Yeah.
And you didn't expect it to be quite as strong or intense as that, right? Good. It's wonderful. It just shows me that your separation between consciousness and unconsciousness, you have a nice open communication going between the two, which is beautiful. You really like the next part, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do next. The next bit, really, it's all a question to find out how your mind responds to different ideas. You have feelings, you have thoughts, you have memories, you have all kinds of different things that you can experience in hypnosis or daily life, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's a little different. So what I want to do is, I want to throw different thoughts at you, different ideas, different pictures, different words, and notice what your responses is to each of one of them. Some will be stronger, some will be lesser, some will be not at all, and some will be like, oh my God, that was just amazing, right? We have no idea ahead of time what's going to be. It's kind of a little exploration of what your mind likes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You willing to dive into that?
Yeah.
So start off again with your eyes closed. And already you're great at doing this, just letting your focus internalize. Focusing on your breathing. See it change. There you go. Feel it change. And perhaps the happiness you had last time can come back. We're going to begin the exercise by focusing on words. Different types of words can create different kinds of experiences. I don't care what the experience is, just notice what experience you have. Just nod your head if you understand. There's no need for you to do anything, just listen, rest there, focus, and notice what happens, okay? So the first word is a bathroom. Bathroom. Just notice whatever happens. Maybe an image pops into mind, or an experience, or a memory. Bathroom. Bathroom. And you get a sense of whatever that was, that experience you got. Just nod your head and we'll move on. Very good. Now let that experience fade for a bit. Now, we're going to go for a different type of word. The word for you now is happy. Happy. Notice if you have a similar experience to the last time, or if it's different. Is there a picture involved, or is there a feeling, or is it something different? Happy. And enjoy the experience. And then let that fade, whatever that is. Just internalise your attention again. And rest for a while. The next word is going to be interesting because it's going to relate to something specific. I'd like you to choose one of your arms, your left or your right, it doesn't matter which. Have you chosen an arm? I'd like you to focus your attention there and see what happens, or notice what happens when this word comes away. Heavy. Just pay attention to that arm. Heavy. Heavy. Pay attention to that arm and heavy. Nod your head when you have an awareness of whatever happens. To contrast it, turn your attention to the other arm. And light is your word there. Light. Light. And you notice whatever sensations are there, do you not? Do you want to have some fun with this now? I'd like you to alternate attention from one arm to the other. When you get to the heavy arm, think heavy. When you get to the light arm, think light. Heavy. Light. Heavy. Light. And notice whatever changes occur. And when you have a full sense of that, bring yourself back. Feeling refreshed and alert, having had a wonderful journey through your own mind. That's it, just bring yourself back bit by bit until your eyes just pop open and you come back into the room feeling refreshed and alert, and we had a great and interesting experience. Whew! That was something, wasn't it?
Wow.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was cool.
Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Quite something. Words can have a powerful effect, can't they? Now, you may notice that I use different types of words that have different types of experiences. But before I go into what the experiment's about, I want to have your experience. So what did you notice? What did you experience with the different types of words and so on?
The word bathroom didn't felt big. Yeah, I just saw my bathroom and I had
no real feelings, but you just saw a picture. So the word brought a picture to mind, but no particular feelings, right? Very good. Yeah. You're ahead of the game on this. Carry on.
Okay, now, and then there was happiness, and there was just a big golden sun.
A golden sun?
Yeah, it felt very big.
Very big and a good emotion, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have a picture with it, or was there no picture? Just this glow, this glow of color, this feeling, but no specific picture like the bathroom compared to that. Very different experiences, right?
Very different, yeah.
So let's turn to your arms then. When we said heavy on the one arm, once again a different experience, right?
Yeah.
So how did that compare?
I thought, whoa, my arm's about to fall off.
Right.
This arm.
Now, I just want to point something out for you guys at home. You couldn't notice that may probably happen because, I don't know if you realize as well as you're doing it, when she's thinking heavy, did you all notice her head going towards the heavy side? It's almost like part of her body is dragging you back. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I thought, whoa, I might fall.
You might fall, right? Because it's dragging you out of your chair. Surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what happened when you went to the light side instead?
I just kept feeling the heavy arm. It was so heavy.
So the heavy arm started getting heavier when you went to the light side?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other arm, there was such a big contrast.
It's huge contrast, right?
Yeah.
Same arms, really, but suddenly there's a big difference between them, right?
Yeah.
Does it surprise you?
Yeah. And there was a moment where I thought, whoa, what's happening? And then I had so much fun, and I thought, well, okay,
It's great.
fun,
Just let it happen, right?
But
Very
I was
good.
surprised,
So are you saying that your right hand felt like it was starting to lift up? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
That is something we could explore as well, right?
Yeah.
If we had more time, that's exactly what we do.
Okay.
But for now, let's just focus in on a little bit what we've done here. So we've noticed that words can create pictures.
Yeah.
Words can create feelings.
Yeah.
And words can create sensations all the way up to actually changing the way you move kind of unconsciously, right?
Yeah.
Pretty powerful things that words can do.
Yeah.
Let's do one more round of experiments now. I want you to notice what happens when we have pictures, what they can do for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So this is again just an experiment. Just notice what happens. Close your eyes. And as you did before, internalize all your attention. There's your breathing already shifted. That's great. Can you feel it shifting? Very good. And that pleasant experience, is that growing again? There you go. All the way, that's it. Now, a moment ago, you went through pictures, through words like bathroom, happy, heavy, and so on. Now, I'm going to use words, but only to the extent that they're going to help you find an image inside your mind. So I want you to focus on the pictures and notice what they do to you. Is that useful? Is that okay? So the first picture I want you to find is a picture of someone you love, someone you have a good relationship with. It could be a pet, a person, a friend, someone you love. You have that picture? Yeah. And just notice what happens when you have that picture in your mind. And I want you to just clear your mind and just rest for a little bit. Now, the picture I want to have in your mind now, or the mental movie, is of one of your arms lifting. Choose one of the arms. And just have the mental movie of it lifting over and over again, higher and higher. Just run the mental movie. And notice what experience you have as a result. That's right. Curious, isn't it? Very good. Watch the hands. And now just rest again for a while. Let that image fade. That was an interesting experience, was it not? Let's have another experiment, shall we? A moment ago you pictured or you ran a mental move of the hand lifting. What I'd like you to do now is see if a different kind of picture will help. I'd like you to imagine a string of helium balloons tied to that very hand. Can you imagine that? Can you almost feel the tug of the string on your wrist, or wherever it's tied to? Feel that tug. And notice those balloons starting to lift up into the air, taking that arm with it. Isn't that an interesting sensation? Balloons lifting right up. And that hand. Now, if you were to imagine that a stiff breeze comes along and starts really tugging those balloons, really pulling them up into the stratosphere, notice what happens to your arm. Does it happen even faster now? That's it. Even pulling even further. That's right. What a curious experience to have, isn't it? What a pleasant experience. And I'd like for you to start to learn something about yourself. So the thoughts you have, the words you use do matter. The pictures you use do matter. And really learn about that. And just as a thank you for coming up and volunteering, I'd like for you to select a word or a picture that is something nice for you. Maybe something you would like more in your life. Happiness, love, success. Or maybe you can think of someone you do love, a parent, a loved one, a friend, a boyfriend. And only allow that hand to return to your lap as quickly as you can really put all your attention on that word or picture that you've selected for yourself. And notice the changes it makes inside you. And you allow your mental energy to go there. So by the time that hand touches your lap again, you'll come back to the room feeling refreshed and alert, feeling fantastic, having learned something really important about how to master your own mind. That makes sense, doesn't it? That's it. Let that hand come right back down. It's a quick, simple process of gathering your attention on a focal point, that thought, the idea, the word, the picture. There you go, all the way back. All the way back. Notice the results that it gives to you. You're doing a great job. Great job. That's it, all the way back. And meanwhile, of course, a very important lesson is being learned, is it not? There you go. And all the way back to your lap. When it touches your lap, just bring yourself all the way back. And we'll have a little chat. There you go. That's it, all the way back now. That's it, bring yourself back again. Good stuff, good job. Wow. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was fun.
Wasn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Did you expect that to happen?
No, I wasn't thinking about it.
That's
Just
right.
happened.
It just happened, right?
Yeah.
You weren't really thinking about it, you just let it happen.
Yeah.
And it was a very pleasant little journey as well, right?
Yeah.
So what do you notice? Is there anything in particular that you want to talk about in terms of your experience that maybe surprised you or you enjoyed?
There was a part that I wasn't aware of my arm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know which way it went, if it went up or down.
Right.
I heard you say things, and I thought, well, I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
who knows?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you weren't aware of the actual arm lifting and returning at some point?
Yeah.
It was just doing its own thing and you were off somewhere else having a different experience?
Yeah.
Beautiful. That's a wonderful, shall we say, example of the unconscious mind in action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? You glad you took part in this experiment?
Yeah.
Was it useful to you?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you a lot for coming here and doing this. And if we ever get a chance to do more of these sort of experiments, would you be willing to volunteer again?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Well, thank you very much for coming up.
Yeah,
I really appreciate this.
Okay.